In my last video for the Grilla 15, I said that it was one of the worst, or maybe even the worst, tier 10 in the game. I may have been a little bit too harsh on it. I mean, according to the comment section, I am wrong about most things that go on in my videos. But for the Grilla 15 in particular, it seems that I annoyed quite a few people by saying that, including IXIN, who very much didn't enjoy that video. But was I a little bit too harsh on the Grilla? I think I was. The thing is with this tank, it isn't the best, okay? And it's by no means an insane tier 10 TD. But maybe I was a little bit too harsh on the Grilla 15. Because once you get the field mods on this vehicle, it goes from being pretty awful, actually, to okay to good. The problems still happen with the gun, where you will be fully aimed and sometimes it will just miss, even with 0.21 accuracy. But the field mods do help out quite a lot. Mainly this one at the start, which is the reinforced suspension. This just helps out massively, because the tank does not get very good terrain resistances. And once you use this, it helps out a lot. Because even though that, yes, we're using experimental turbo here, and we have decent specific power to weight, decent top speed, it just feels very, very sluggish. And this makes it so much more maneuverable. And then obviously we go and get the aiming, because why would you not decrease your dispersion on the most accurate tank in the game? I use that very, very loosely because this tank will just miss. But then again, every single tank will just miss at some point. Like even the STRV, if you fully tune it out for accuracy, which will get better accuracy than this tank, it will still just hit the floor for no reason. And then obviously you go for number 5 with the view range, because that does literally nothing. As you can see, you have 2% camo after firing. And if you were to choose the field mod to increase your camo rating after firing, you go to 2.3. So yes, it's not worth taking that. The next one, where you will decrease the aiming reticle size at the cost of the reload time, is just a no-brainer. There's no point taking the DPM one. It's going to make no difference. And then finally, again, another one which really does help out, 4% to engine power at the cost of 3% to aiming speed. But remember, you already have insanely good aiming time on this tank. It's not worth taking anything to boost up the aiming time. The Grilla, after you get all the field mods, is almost a completely different tank from the start. Especially with the experimental turbo, you then put IAU on it and then a rammer, and it is beautiful. And then for those kind of sniping maps like Prokhorovka, Malinovka, you then have replacing the turbo for Bounty Exhaust with the Bounty Exhaust Directive. I mean, you managed to get 30% camo. It's still not as much as a Jagdtiger. And yes, I did just say a Jagdtiger, because look, if you choose this, and then the Jagdtiger, I don't have camo crew on this, it has 14.66% camo. If we go to comparison quickly, you'll see that between the two, if both have the exact same crew, the Jagdtiger has 3% more camo than the Grilla 15. Grilla 15, Jagdtiger. Jagdtiger, Grilla 15. I don't understand how this has more camo than a Grilla 15. Wargaming, please buff the Grilla's camo. And speaking about buffing the camo, it got me thinking, what is actually wrong with the Grilla 15? And it is mainly the camo rating. Because even if you're behind some bushes, or you let's say you just have like one bush, the camo rating is so bad that you will just get spotted. And in comparison to like an STRV, which could get 60%, 70% camo if it's completely stationary with a camo net. As you can see here, if we quickly switch to the camo net one, it has 70% camo and it doesn't even have vents on this. And let's be honest, these two tanks, the STRV and the Grilla, are meant to be played in very similar kind of ways. Yes, the STRV is more of a pure sniper than the Grilla, but the Grilla is still it is a pure sniper. It's still in that category. And 21% camo is a joke. And even if you maxed out the camo, 30% is a joke. So they could easily just buff the Grilla by giving it better camo rating. Give it like 40% camo, 45% camo. Make it so that people that know how to use the camo rating on the tank effectively actually benefit from it. Because this should be one of the most stealthiest and sneakiest TDs in the game. Out of interest, what does an E4 get? Oh no. Oh dear. Yeah, you know it's quite bad when an E4 has better camo than you. Come on, Wargaming. That's just a joke at that point. The fact that a Jagdtiger and an E4 have better camo rating than a Guerrilla 15? What? And I understand that camo rating is mainly based upon how tall the tank is. So, like that's the issue that the Guerrilla has. It is quite a tall vehicle. But at the same time, I think you need to rework some of it, because how is that? Look at the side profile difference between this tank and a Jagdtiger. Ready? Nah. Anyway, today we're going to be playing a few games with the tank, speaking through what's good and what's bad, and then also at the end I'll show you an Onslaught game that I had with the Guerrilla 15, because it is quite good in Onslaught as well. Okay, so for our first game we are on Live Oaks. Now, it's a fine map for this tank, to be fair. The one thing that you need to make sure that you're staying aware of is the spotting ranges. Especially with the Guerrilla, because you want to kind of maintain yourself outside of the spotting ranges at all times. There is a 140. We were behind a bush, so he shouldn't spot us at all. Wonderful. And we're off to it already. Very, very nice start. Hopefully the SDRV can actually spot this. If you can spot it again, then that's very, very good. What we should do is go forward slightly. Because he should be in this bush. I think he was in that bush. I don't want to go back too far. What health was he on? 1,100. We'll have to see at the end if that actually hit. Or maybe we even... Ah! Okay, right. I forgot. This tank does not like artillery very much either. What? My artillery is, gaming, I think is the correct terminology for that. Now, I want to move around a little bit because not much is happening. And I may even be able to get a nice little shot onto the 140 if he is behind this building, although, I think he's about there. I put one in. We're not going to hit it, but it's worth a try. Now we just have to sit and wait. This tank does not do anything fast in games like this, because you don't have armor. Like, you make one mistake and you're going to die. We can try and put a few blind shots in. Let's see if anyone is on this side of the... No one on that bit. We'll put one into this in a second, just to see. But it looks like we're going to put one in and then we're going to run straight away. Oh, no, it won't. We didn't hit the 140, unfortunately. That one definitely did hit the 140, though. And now we just need to wait behind here because of anyone that's on that house over there. And in a second, we should be able to run. Now we can run away, get behind the railway line, and make our base defense as good as we can. Now, the SDRV appears that he's going to spot, which is really good for us. I'm just thinking, what would I like to be in position-wise? I think up here, and then I can drop down. But I don't know if I can actually shoot people as they cross. What I would like to do is knock this tree forwards, so that it gives me a little bit more camo, and then we can sit behind this. There's 2 VKKs, which is a slight issue, actually. You know what? I'm going to use heat for this. We'll switch to heat because that is going to be a lot better to deal with all of these tanks that are over that way. SCRV's running back, which is not ideal, to be honest. Which means that I can't really sit here. What I am going to do then is go up to where this Grilla is, because it'll be a much better location for me to try and snipe from. Rather than at the back there, where I will die as soon as I get spotted. Well, AP would have been much better there. Put our shot in and back off. This Grilla is... I don't know if I'm still spotted here, but... I'm not. Good. Actually using the camo to our advantage. Now what I would like to do is just peek over like this. Because if that VKK, the other one, comes through here, I need to be able to spot him. My ally Batchat drowned. Very nice. We love artillery players here, actually. Yeah. Very cool people. Rinoceronte should deal with him, no problem. This guy needs to die. It's very annoying. Do not get the shot in. That Jagdpanzer could be game losing that we don't take him out. Need to be very careful here. Very, very careful here. See what this Jagdpanzer's doing. It might just be worth to put one in. Nice. We do manage to get one in without taking one in return. Now can I get one more in here? Very good. The STRV is still spotting, which is fine. Where did that go? What? Need to try and get behind this Grilla wreck. Nice, he's dead. The problem is the Jagdpanzer can just one-shot the Rhino. I need to try and take this Jagdpanzer shot and then we need to kill the Jagdpanzer together. Shot. That is not how you spell shot. He just fired and he should die for that now. Both the arties have fired as well. He'll be reloaded soon though. Nice. Now we just need to keep an eye out for 1, the artillery, and then 2, the other Jagdpanzer. The other Jagdpanzer's on a one-shot. So we need to keep that in mind. I can take the hit from the Jagdpanzer. As long as he doesn't set me on fire or something, we're fine. But we played very, very well with our HP here. I want to just pop up like this. See where this Jagdpanzer is. Even if he HE pens me, it's still not going to one-shot me. Which is the very, very good thing. Use this house as cover. He's not immediately in front of me. We still have 5 minutes, so it's fine. Try and go around this way. He could just be in the city, and then that's a problem. Because he'll have lots and lots of positions to just hide in. Okay, well, this is very annoying. I don't really know where he's gone. I mean, I guess he's gone back to base. Try and hide. He is a one-shot after all, but... I'm just gonna poke up here. Wow, okay. I need to try and get this guy killed. Oh, this gun. Oh, this gun. Doing the funny again. Come on. Now it is a very, very bad problem, though. Extremely bad problem, now that just hit. Our STRV is AFK. Wonderful. I did not expect both of the artilleries to be there. Oh, man. Why was both the arties there? I needed the 261 dead, and this guy's just AFK now. Man, I hate artillery so much. If it was any other tank, it would have been fine. The stun is what killed me there, more than anything. I shouldn't have even bothered shooting at the 261. I should have just gone around and killed the Jagdpanzer. Well, this is a loss. I did not deserve that win. Well, as always, playing well until the end game where I just screw up massively. Very cool. I mean, it was still a good game, but like that could have been so much nicer. And also the gun just being Guerrilla gun, as usual. That is what I mean. The gun will just let you down sometimes. It wouldn't have really made any difference even if we had killed the 261. Because he shot before I even shot. And it would have been the exact same outcome either way. What really killed me was not going for the Jagdpanzer at the start. Like right as soon as I saw the Jagdpanzer, he wasn't even facing me, so I could have just gone over that hill, turned right, and probably gone around him, and then put the shot off. But what really killed me was the stun from the CGC, which lasted, what, like 30 seconds or something? Like 25, 30 seconds? Because that's balanced. So the Guerrilla 15, is it an awful tank? Is it as bad as I said it was in my last video? Well, I mean, no, it definitely isn't. It's definitely fine once you get the field mods. But before you get the field mods, it is pretty bad. The field mods definitely made the tank a lot better. And combine that with experimental turbo and also IAU and rammer, and it's very, very nice. But does that... Like, if the tank is not good enough, like in its base stock configuration, does that make the tank bad overall? Is a tank bad when you need to do lots of different things to the tank, like get all the field mods, for it to become decent? Does that make it a bad tank? You have to let me know down below in the comments. This is just an Onslaught game that we played. It's pretty good. Obviously, in Onslaught, you get special abilities. And the ability for the Guerrilla is that it gets plus 35% alpha when it's at tier 3 with 0.01 dispersion. So you have like 1.1k alpha with 0.01 dispersion. as long as you are unspotted at the time that you shot. So you can do stuff like this. It's pretty good. I'm sure the IS-7 had a thoroughly enjoyable time playing World of Tanks and Onslaught. And then you can do stuff like this to the 140 as well. You know, up he goes, down he goes. Bye-bye 140. So yeah, it's pretty good for Onslaught. Look, there's a an E50M. 1,100 damage. And that is 7k in 4 shots. Oh dear. Yeah. 8k in 5 shots. I mean, obviously it's not going to work on every single map, and it's not going to be... it's not going to be something that you can always do. But for a while, I had 6k DPG in my Guerrilla 15 on Onslaught. It's gone down now. It's like 4k or something. I don't know. But it works. As long as you get the correct map. And here I just messed up because, once again, playing very well until the end game. And I'm sitting here doing nothing. So, yes. And you're still going to get people that say, like, move bot Grilla. I mean, by the time that I get there, all the damage is gone. So there's no 10k for me, unfortunately. I mean, what are you going to do? Oh, well. If I had actually played better, we could have got 10k. So the Grilla is definitely not awful, okay? I take my words back. I was wrong about the Guerrilla 15, okay? It took all the field mods, but I was wrong about it, okay? If you want to go and see the last video that I made, which was me talking about how awful this tank is, then you can go and check it out on the middle of the screen now. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out greatly. I'll see you all in the next video.